Today we are traveling at over 250 kilometers per hour on China's high-speed bullet train, and you're gonna come with us.
And yes, you heard Ashton correctly, this train moves at over 250 kilometers per hour. And believe it or not, China actually has faster trains again. But today, this bullet is our chosen method of transport for this journey and will be our fastest ever train to date. But before we get in that train, we need to find out where it is, which is usually pretty simple, to be honest. The railway stations that we have been to in China are really modern and really well laid out. But to get into the station, first of all, we need to make our way through security and get our tickets checked.
Well, that was funny. I always put our action camera in through the scanners because I know they don't like you carrying anything through for a security check. But there was two bells, so as you can see here, it was doing somersaults. And then I had to come and rescue it. There's always a chaotic energy in the train stations.
Oh, wow. Well, as you've seen, before you come into the railway stations here in China, you have to go through all your security checks. So it's a bit like going through an airport, but like a really slack airport. And I thought we had lost a few items there. They took out like the sun cream and our aerosol sprays, and like they were looking at them. I think maybe they have a certain like size of a limit you can take with you. But we got through with everything, and we're on time, which is the main thing. Normally we're very bad with the timing. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that we're always running late. But today we're on time.
Even though Owen said that it's like a slack airport, people just get as stressed as what they do in the airport. It is crazy, people are running around everywhere. And one thing we have really noticed here in China is that people like to queue up for their train 30 minutes before their gate has even opened. I don't know why. We're all going to the same place, we're all going to board, but people like to be on. I don't know whether it's maybe to do with luggage, because we have had a few incidents where like you are literally searching the train to be able to try and find somewhere that you can put your luggage. So maybe that's a reason, or people are just eager. I'm not sure.
So our journey today is starting here in Guilin, and we're making our way towards the south of China to Shenzhen city, which is right on the border with Hong Kong. The journey is going to be roughly around 3.5 hours, and we've booked a second class train seat on the high-speed bullet train. So you can get loads of different classes. You can get your business class, first class, second class, and also a hard class seat, which we've done quite a few times, and they're not the nicest, to be honest with you. However, in saying that, this hard seat here is like a really nice first class in some other countries that we have visited throughout Asia. So they're not the worst in the world. We have been on a few of these bullet trains before the last time we came to China, and they were all slightly different. And I don't know whether that was due to maybe some of the trains being more modern than others. We thought we'll take you along with us on this journey to show you what it's like in a second class seat on one of the high-speed trains.
And it didn't take long for that queue to form. This is the train we're going to be getting, and there's literally 100 people already in the queue, and it's not boarding for another 20 minutes. I'm going to sit right back here and wait my turn. You know what, it was just a little bit too crowded over there, so I've decided to take myself away and find a nice little corner where I can get a little bit of peace to myself to play June's Journey, which is quickly becoming one of my new favourite games. So if you haven't heard of June's Journey before, it is a game that is filled with twists and turns, and it's set in the 1920s following June Parker, who's this detective style character. The story and game kicks off on Orchid Island, where June or you have to try and solve the mysterious murder of her sister. On Orchid Island, you along with some of June's friends will be improving and decorating the island, where you'll earn flowers along the way, which will help you move on to the next level. Throughout the game, you and June will be finding clues in hidden object scenes, as well as taking on adventure puzzle scenes and uncovering her family's many secrets. I just found out that June's... To be honest, I feel like my life's a bit of a mystery filled with different puzzles and plenty of adventure. So in a weird but good way, I feel connected to June. But this is a game that you can play by yourself, or you can join a club and play with other people as well. You can now download June's Journey for free by using the link down in our description below, or by scanning the QR code that's on the screen right now. And if playing June's Journey on your PC is more your thing, then you can also do that as well. But we wanted to say a big thank you to June's Journey for sponsoring this video. But by the looks of it, my queue is finally moving, so I'm gonna go and join Owen again.
And we're off. They have opened the gates, and this is the real fun part because everybody just floods. It's literally like a horse race. Like look, 2 seconds, everybody's like go, 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 go. But for us, our tickets for a train, we book all them online on trip.com before we come. This is not a sponsored ad. This is just like the easiest way for any like international person visiting China to get a train ticket. Use trip.com, it's so easy. But we've booked our tickets there, and then that means when we get to a station, we don't have like a physical ticket for a train. We use our passports to scan on, and that's literally for a lot of things in China when you book them in advance. Your passport is your ticket. So we always have to go to one person. There's a person over at the side and they scan our passport, whereas if you're a Chinese national, you can go up with your ID card and you can use all the automated ticket machines. It's a wee bit more hassle for us, I'm not gonna lie, and normally we go to the wrong side where the person's not standing and then we have to squeeze through the crowd, but like, it'll be okay. But like, in the 20 seconds I've been standing here talking to you, look how quickly the queue's moved. Like, it goes fast.
It's gone! This is this queue with the woman, and then all of these are automated. So if you're a foreigner, make sure to go to the end. One of the ends.
Normally the left-hand side. So, I said this in our Beijing video when we returned to China, and I'm going to say it again, but the public transport brings out the worst in Chinese people here. Everybody all of a sudden is really pushy, really shovey, trying to skip you all the time. Like when we were standing there was 5 people pushed in front of us and skipped, and when I say pushed in front of us, there wasn't a gap to get in. I mean pushed in front of us to get in front. And guess what, lads? The train's not even here yet. They're all just standing on the platform. I just don't get it. Like, what's the big rush, lads? What's the rush?
However, in saying all of that, we have never come across railway stations in any other country that are as clean as these ones. Here in China, the railway stations are so nice. You can tell that they put a lot of money into them whenever they're building them, but also they maintain them, which is a great thing. Every single station we go to, they usually have hot water in the waiting areas. They're really big waiting areas that you can get a seat. A lot of the time you have like USB ports that if you want to get a charge, usually you have to pay for it by a QR code, but they're there if you need them. And then everywhere, oh, big heavy suitcase, everywhere's got really good lifts or elevators. So if you got big luggage like us, you're not lugging it up and down the stairs, because that is a sweaty match.
Okay lads, our train has arrived. The trains here have a very distinctive look on the front of them. They have a lovely big like long round nose. They're very cool. We're carriage 14 that has just drove past us a wee bit down here, so we have to keep moving.
Perfect.
Go on, you tank. Go on. Beautiful, well done.
Okay, and these are our seats, A and B. So A, B and C seem to come in like a 3-row, and then you've got F and D. Don't know where E went to, but they're a 2-seater at the other side. We do try to get that one, but you don't always. But this is good too. Time for a little room tour. So in here we have got obviously your seat. You've also got a little sit-down table. In front of that, you've got a little pouch as if you're on the airplane that you can store all your little bits and pieces in. Each end seat also has like a little nook here that you can kind of hang your jackets off and stuff. And then there's also a wee thing on the wall as well up above. As you've seen, that's where your bigger bags go. And then there's loads of space down here for all your extra bits and pieces. And one of the best parts about these trains, bear with me. You can lie all the way back like this, and it's honestly so comfortable. So if you want to have a wee doze, a wee sleep, easy done. Relaxation.
It's pretty goddamn good, I'm not gonna lie to you. So Ashleen's favourite part of the train may be the recliner, which is a pretty strong contender. However, I have some personal favourites. One of them being that these second class trains come with full plug sockets. Not just USB, full plug sockets. So it means that we can charge up our laptop, we can do a wee bit of work, because most of these journeys are quite long. We've been on these trains for like 10 hours was our last journey. We done one that was like 14 hours about a week ago as well. So we've done some pretty journeys. So to have a plug socket just means a lot. But I think my ultimate feature is the fact that all of these trains come with a hot water facility. So a wee hot water geyser that you can go up and you can top up all your wee hot water. We always carry coffees with us and a wee mug. So it means we can go now and get a wee coffee because it is still early morning. It's about 8:30 a.m. at the moment. But most people here in China seem to drink tea all the time. Like all the time. They always carry like a wee flask, a wee glass jar with them, filled with loads of wee tea leaves and stuff, and I think that's the main reason that the hot water is available, is for that. Also for noodles, because pot noodles are like everywhere and I love it. Like, I'm a noodle fanatic. I have a tattoo of noodles on my leg, for God's sake. Love them. We've also brought some noodles with us, so that's going to be your breakfast. Noodles and coffee.
Bit of a strange combination, but when you're in Asia, it's quite normal. Coffee and we've got bread.
We'll come to our noodles later on.
Starter. Quick little toilet tour as well. So on the second class trains, sometimes you get a squatty potty, sometimes you get a Western style toilet. In the carriage that we're in currently, it is a little it's a squatty potty that I nearly went inside of, and then you've got your sink in here, a mirror and everything else. But I'm gonna have a walk up to the other cart to see if it's a Western style toilet or a squatty potty, because sometimes you get a mixture, especially in the second class trains. I was a little bit surprised to find this one, so yeah, here it is. Okay, well that didn't take me very long. I literally walked to the next train carriage. I think I was calling it a cart earlier, but the train carriage. And this toilet is a Western style toilet. I actually believe I've seen another toilet just on up a little bit further that was a squatty potty, Asian style toilet. So it means that you've got the choice. So it just depends which train carriage I guess you're in. So if you're not fond of one, you can go for a little walk and find the next one. But this one's the exact same. We've got a little sink here, a little mirror. Hi everyone. And yeah, everything you need. And then right behind me here, you've also got like a little shop area, so you can get hot meals, and you can also get like snacks, crisps, drinks, and everything like that. And it's over here. And then this man also goes up and down with a little cart, so you don't actually have to come to this part, but you can if you want to walk around. While I'm giving you a little show around, if you're interested in seeing what a second class sleeper train looks like here in China, we actually did one the last time that we were here and it was amazing. One of the best sleeper class trains I have ever been on, and it was only second class. I believe it was a second class hard bed, but it was the furthest thing from a hard bed. It was super, super cozy. So if you want to know more about that, I will link the video up here. This has been such a productive train journey. I feel like we can say that across the board for our train journeys here in China, especially when you're in these second class trains. You can get so much work done. It's really, really comfortable. You honestly have so much space in this front area. Like I'm quite short. I don't have very long legs, but for someone that has long legs, you can fully stretch out here. You've got the desk in front of you. Owen's over here can't even hear a word that I'm saying. But it is really, really good. So we haven't tried the first class yet. Oh, another tunnel. We went through so many tunnels. We haven't tried first class yet, so let us know down below. Is it something that we should give a go? Because we're more than happy with this class. Is there much of a jump from second class to first class? This train journey has been so lovely as well. The scenery, woo, in between all of these tunnels of course, is amazing. We are going through a lot of tunnels, hence we're going through a lot of mountains. We get to see a lot of the countryside. It's so green, there's trees everywhere, but then we come into these big major cities, and as we're working south to Shenzhen, we actually go through quite a few big major cities, and then we go past other high-speed trains, and I mean the impact whenever you're going past them, it's like you can feel it in the on the train. But looking out here, it's just been really, really nice.
Okay, so we have arrived at our destination. We're just pulling in, and honestly that journey was lovely. The trains here are so smooth, as Aisling said, they're so clean, so well maintained. The only complaint I could have, if anything, is that there's lots of kids in the train, but you can't do anything with that, and they're all like crying and shouting and dancing up and down the aisles. But to be fair, the stewardess people and there's like ticket officers checking your tickets going up and down, where they're trying to get the kids like be quiet and sit in their seats. So absolutely fair play to them, good on them. But that's not a bad complaint if that's the only thing I can say negative about it. Everything else, an extremely positive situation. Kids like this. So Daisy. Whoa, whoa. There we go.
Turtle mode activated. Bye, Sid. You were good to us.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Actually, one of our bags is missing.
No.
Actually, one of our bags is probably missing. Like
One of
no, we have two bags.
Okay, let all these people out, stand over there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I nearly freaked out there, man. Oh my god. Oh my god, lads, my heart sank there. We got up to the top where we had left our bags, and one of our big bags, like our big bags,
Big bag.
was completely gone, and like couldn't see it anywhere. Wasn't moved up top, wasn't moved around the area. I was like, what has happened? And it was right like at the door area. That like, not that I don't think at all it would happen. Like China's an extremely safe place, but like it could just take 2 seconds for somebody to lift the bag and roll it out the door when they're going. And we stopped a lot in that train going up and down. Turns out one of the staff members had moved it to the other carriage, so it was actually like down past like the wee shop area where you could buy noodles and coffee and stuff, and it was down in the other carriage. Why it was moved? I have no idea why it was moved to a different carriage. There was loads of space up top in the carriage we were in. I don't know why they just didn't put it there. But wow, I got a wee bit worried there, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was afraid. But that is our train over and done. Honestly, what an amazing experience. That was wicked. The transport here in China is great all around. Every train we've got has been fantastic. Hard seats are a wee bit hard in some of them, but like that second class, perfect. We really hope that you enjoyed coming on our wee train journey with us. If you did, we'd love it if you subscribe to the channel, like the video if you did enjoy this one, and hopefully you'll join us again next Sunday for another video. See you later.
Oh, and don't forget to download June's Journey using the link down in the description below and have fun playing.